Can you give us the rundown of what exactly DeepSeek is?
So DeepSeek is an AI company that's building large language models and specialized AI tools.
Okay, so similar to what we've seen with like ChatGPT and
Exactly. It's in that same realm, but their approach is what's really
okay,
interesting.
so what makes them different? What sets them apart?
Well, for starters, they're using a method called chain of thought reasoning for their models.
Chain of thought reasoning. I don't think I'm familiar with that.
So basically, it means that the AI model explains its thought process before giving you an answer. Like imagine if you ask a question and instead of just getting a response, you also got a breakdown of how the AI arrived at that answer.
So it's like showing its work.
Pretty much, yeah. It makes the whole reasoning process transparent. Right, and that's a big part of what sets DeepSeek apart from other companies.
So how does this compare to something like ChatGPT then, which seems to be more general purpose?
Yeah, ChatGPT has a broader knowledge base and can handle a wider range of
So
tasks.
you could say DeepSeek is more specialized then.
Right. They've really honed in on specific areas like programming and technical problem solving.
And it seems like that focus combined with their efficient approach is a big part of why they're making waves.
Exactly. They're able to build these powerful AI models for a fraction of the cost compared to some of the bigger players.
And that's got some people worried, right? Especially in the US, where we've kind of been leading the charge in AI.
Yeah, there's definitely some concern that DeepSeek's rise could signal a shift in the balance of power when it comes to AI dominance.
Like maybe China's catching up faster than we thought.
That's the worry, and their open source approach adds another layer of complexity to the situation.
Right, because that makes their technology accessible to pretty much anyone.
Yeah, so it's not just about one company anymore, it's about a potential shift in the whole AI landscape.
It sounds like there's a lot to unpack here. Why would a company like DeepSeek make its models open source?
There's a few reasons behind it. It could be that they want to tap into the collective brain power of the open source community.
Like a global team of developers all contributing to making their models better.
Exactly. It's a way to accelerate innovation by leveraging a much wider pool of talent.
So instead of just relying on their own in-house team, they're opening it up to anyone who wants to contribute.
Right.
Okay, so we've talked about the open source aspect, but let's get back to the technology itself. You mentioned earlier that DeepSeek is really strong in programming.
Yeah, they've got a model called DeepSeek Coder that's specifically designed to help with coding.
So like an AI assistant that can write code for you.
Kind of, but it's more than just that. It can also explain the logic behind the code, which is super helpful for learning.
So it's like having a coding tutor built into your computer. Okay, so besides programming, what other areas are they making a splash in?
Natural language processing is another big one.
So things like language translation and text summarization.
Right. Yeah, and even content creation, like writing articles or stories. One of the challenges they face is building a strong user community around their open source models.
Because even if the technology is great, it needs people to use it and contribute to it.
Exactly. Building a thriving community is essential for the long-term success of any open source project.
How would somebody actually use DeepSeek? Like, does this
Well,
sound really complicated?
so it's surprisingly easy to get started.
Right.
They've got a website. It's chat.deepseek.com.
Okay.
You can just go there and interact with their AI directly.
Really?
Yeah, and they even have a mobile app.